When our hearts are soft, they are more accepting. And when our hearts are hard, they are not as accepting. For example, someone who is feeling very spiritual and they're feeling a boost of Iman, and you speak to them about Islam, you speak to them about the Quran, and they'll accept everything that you say. It will hit them and they'll feel like doing some form of worship because of their soft heart. On the opposite end of the spectrum, if you go to someone whose heart is hard, you'll see that they won't accept what you want to say. If there's anything to do with Islam, they'll try and distance themselves away from it. Now, water, a lot of the time in the Quran, is used as a metaphor for understanding of Islam. If you were to go to a rock and try to pour water into it or over it, what does the rock do? Does it accept the water? Does water go in? No, it does not. It rejects the water. It doesn't allow water to get in. On the opposite end of the spectrum, if you were to go to soil, for example, and you were to pour water. Now, soil, because of its soft nature, it accepts the water. And the very important thing over here, the reason Allah used this example, what happens after the soil accepts that water? It reaps the benefits. You see, it grows, it changes, it becomes something even better. It grows into plants. And that is the difference between accepting and not accepting. We need to look at our own hearts. What is the state of our hearts? Have they started to become hard, or are we trying to make them soft? And how do they become hard? How do they become soft? And how do we know whether they're hard or soft? The first thing that makes them hard, the Prophet ﷺ said in a hadith, is sins, al-dhunub. Every time a person sins, his heart gets a black spot. And each time he continues doing that same sin, the black spot increases and increases until it's completely darkened. In the same way, not speaking about Allah, not mentioning Allah, speaking about the dunya, this also hardens the heart. Excessive laughter, Prophet ﷺ said, this also hardens the heart. Prophet ﷺ said in a hadith that if you knew what I know, you would laugh little and cry very much. These are all things that harden the heart. And as you know, if you look around us in the world today, everything you see takes you towards this path. If you go on YouTube, almost every single video will take you onto this path. It's trying to get you away from spirituality. It's trying to take you into chasing dunya, love of the dunya, whether it be wealth, whether it be status, whether it be fame, or if not, then it's trying to get you laughing. Some type of comedy. So living in the dunya today, we need to try our best to get that spirituality from wherever we can. Visit the masjid as often as possible. Sit with brothers who will speak about Allah, or in your own houses, mention Allah's name whenever possible. Speak about Allah in the nicest of ways. And if you do find yourself falling down that trap, where your heart is becoming hard and you're not enjoying your worship, you're not enjoying your recitation of the Quran, you don't find your khushu being where it should in your salah, then there are steps that you can take. Number one, do tawbah. Any sins you may have done, do tawbah. Say, Allah, I want to have a fresh start. I want to turn over a new leaf. Allah, make this the opportunity. Make this the time in my life that 10 years later I look back and say, Alhamdulillah, that was the day. That was the day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted my dua and everything changed. You know, we all have this in our life. A certain time or a certain moment that we think back to and we say, that was the time. That was the time that we changed. Make that be now. And once we've done that, then force yourself to do your worship. It isn't all nice and happy at the start. At first, shaitan will attack you. He will make you think that, why do you want to do this? You'll get tired. Leave this, you don't want to go to the masjid. It's difficult to stay at home. Shaitan will be putting pressure on you, but you need to force yourself. Force yourself to do the good deeds, and eventually you'll see you feel like doing them anyway.